Hang tight, everybody. If you can hear me, let me know. I'm going to try to get these guys back now. All right, let's try to get... not yet. You guys back? Jesus Christ. Let's try to get these guys back. Come on. What the hell's wrong? Maybe Skype's not updated. That might be part of my problem here. Nope, I'm on the latest. Come on. I know what. Let me quit Skype and then let's try it again. Let me know if you can hear me in chat. I don't know if you can quite hear. Nothing yet, guys? Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, let's.
Whoa! I hear echoes.
Ooh, let me hang up on you, break and.
Yeah, I get it.
Here, I'll hang up and then I'll try again. Oh, actually, let me try to add. Okay, Dungeon or Wyland, anybody in chat, just let me know if you can hear for sure, and then we'll pick right back where we left off.
Glitty says she can hear.
Yeah.
What's that?
Glitty says she can hear.
Okay, Glitty can hear us. That's good. Hang tight. We're gonna get a break and then we'll start back off. And yes, Momo heard. Are you there, break?
Yeah, it
All
sounds better now. Yeah.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, if you insult Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
he shows up out of nowhere and he fixes the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
So he cut the line and stop insulting him.
Don't you ever?
And according to Wyland, when he leaves, he says, "Get Hemsworth to fix it, bitch."
I got cut off there. I don't know what the fuck happened there, guys, but we're back. So yeah, Aquaman 7 out of 10. Definitely a spectacle movie. Go see it if you have the money. See it at the theater. It's one of those spectacle movies. But writing was kind of weak, but the direction was good. Acting was serviceable, even though I think Momoa was miscast as Aquaman. Fuck you, Wyland. Anyways.
What? You're gonna do this cut again?
Huh? Oh, I know.
Hello?
Okay.
Guys?
Yeah. He says, nothing I could do. Bug Skype mechanics. I did everything correctly. Snort. Darkside Frank. How dare you, Wyland? How dare you compare me to DSP? All right. Eric, you have a few reviews. Let's do them real quickly so we can get into some other stuff here.
Okay, Mission Impossible Fallout. Sixth Mission Impossible film with Tom Cruise. And the most I could say about this movie without spoiling it is hi Alec Baldwin, bye Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
It's like, he's gone already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, Superman fights Tom Cruise in the movie.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
Henry Cavill as a character named Walker.
Yeah. Momola will Stargate you into a black hole dungeon. How dare you?
It was. I felt it was a much better movie than Rogue Nation was.
Yeah.
And it's actually a little bit less ridiculous. Still ridiculous, but less ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that might just be proof that Tom Cruise is getting a little too old to do stunts.
That movie proved beyond a shadow of a doubt he's not, man. That movie is great.
Well,
I like Mission Impossible.
Is that the one where he broke his leg and they had to shut down production for a while?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think so.
Because of the plane thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they kind of do that in this movie. Only it's not a plane.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you giving Mission Impossible 6, Eric?
I'm giving it 9.
Yeah, I like this movie. I mentioned it in my movies of the year.
Also, Simon Pegg actually does something.
Yeah, I think it's one of the best action movies I've ever seen. It was really good. I did a review of it, I think, last week or the week before, and I liked it quite a bit. Have you seen it yet, Breakman? Are you there? Did we lose Breakman again? Jesus Christ.
No, I'm here. Sorry, headache. What were we talking about?
I was asking if you saw Mission Impossible 6 Fallout.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. Sorry, I kind of
Yeah.
my head started thumping and kind of lost.
It's the voices, man. It's the voices. All right, so now on to the Predator, Eric.
Oh God, this is probably one of the worst movies I've seen.
Damn! I had hopes.
The only reason it does not get my worst movie of 2018 is because I didn't see it in 2018. Two, I actually felt disgust for this movie, unlike Fireworks, where I felt almost nothing.
Yeah,
that's why it's the worst movie in my opinion.
I didn't like it either, Eric, but I did like the Hunter Predator, the big Predator. That one. That Predator was cool, although the CG was kind of wonky, and I kind of wish they would have gotten...
I don't comprehend everything that happened in this movie.
Yeah. It
felt like there were two scripts, and they were fighting whether or not they wanted to make it a Goonies movie or a kids movie or something, but still have it be like the Monster Squad violence.
Yeah, I think there was something to that, Eric, because it just seemed like a jumbled mess to me.
And the callbacks were exceptionally lame. Like, really, you did that? It's like they shouldn't even bother doing references. The movie should have just concentrated on being its own thing.
Yeah. Slagar's in chat. What's up, Slagar? Welcome back.
Its own thing was also awful.
And then Wyland brought up something too. There was some alternate endings to the movie. And I don't know if that would have added anything. Like, if anything, that would have made it even worse.
I didn't know what was up with the movie's score. It was like it was trying to do the original movie's type of score, but the movie's feeling, the setting didn't really match the movie.
Yeah, I agree. The original score was fantastic, and they muddled the score. I totally agree with you on that for sure. It was terrible.
The tone did not match the tone of the music.
Yeah. Wyland says the alternate endings made zero sense. One of the alternate endings was Ripley showing up at the end of it, and then the other was Newt, which the Newt ending would have made...
I'm sorry, wait, hold on. You can't just walk over and not let us process that one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver
yes.
one of these alternative endings.
The Newt ending would have been interesting to me, because maybe there would have been some type of wormhole thing, or...
This movie is Ghost Rider bad.
It's not quite Ghost Rider bad, but it is bad.
No, it's Ghost Rider bad.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's pretty bad.
I have not seen
Spirit of sequel bad. Like, we know we're a bad movie. Let's go with it.
Yeah. You know, the thing I think about Predator is, why do they always have to try to include Alien in it? You know, like, make a good Predator movie. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. The Predator is a fucking icon. You know, so make a good fucking movie.
Let me list off some of the things that really annoyed me about this movie. It's like, yeah, they acknowledge the fact that the Predator is actually a hunter, and they're like, why is he called the Predator then? But then they don't know how evolution fucking works.
Yeah, Dungeon said they tried working in the original Predator soundtrack, but I felt it was insulted by being in this film. I totally agree. Like, it did not work, and that original soundtrack is great. You know what else has a good soundtrack is Wreck-It Ralph 2. Unbelievably, it had some great music in it. I was super impressed with it. But anyways, yeah, Disney happened. Fox wanted to make a cinematic universe, but Disney happened.
Is Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance better than Ghost Rider?
Yes, but ever so slightly. It's not a good movie.
It's one of those movies where they at least know they're bad.
Yeah.
So they kind of go with it.
I should probably try to watch it then.
They go completely absurd with that movie.
Is that on Netflix? Is Spirit of Vengeance on Netflix?
Yeah.
I can't believe they let us make a sequel. So let's just go with it.
Thanks for answering my question.
But please understand, we're not saying this is an entertaining movie at all.
Yeah, no.
We're not recommending you see
on
it.
Netflix.
Yeah. Slagar says Predator the musical.
I'm still not getting an answer.
What's the question, Eric?
Movie on Netflix.
What about movie on Netflix? Is the
movie streaming on Netflix?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, Slagar says Predator the musical. That would have been a better movie. I think I would have saw that rather than The Predator. Jesus Christ. What a train wreck that movie was. And it's a shame because Shane Black was in the original movie.
I think there's this thing called the Predator Killer in the movie, and I think the real Predator Killer is this movie.
That's actually true, man.
Does this affect the Predator sequel?
Yes.
Anyway.
There's no... Oh, what do you mean, part 2?
You remember Predators? Predators was okay.
Predators
it was great, but it wasn't terrible.
I like Predators.
I see that too.
It doesn't affect... it doesn't affect any of it. It's its own little...
No, I mean, like, are they gonna still make a sequel? Because
no fucking way. No way. That bombed
but after
big
this,
time.
like, it's like, no, we're done with Predator for a while.
Yep. Disney is not going to be making any more Predator movies. I can guarantee you that. If it happens, it's going to happen, maybe 15, 20 years. Let's see. Wyland says Edward James Olmos was originally in The Predator until they completely cut him out.
What the hell was that for?
I know. I was expecting Edward James Olmos in that movie, and I did not see him.
You have a good actor, and you cut him out?
Yeah, exactly. Break, exactly.
All right.
I guess I can. You know what? I guess I can see why they cut him out. Like, they don't want a good actor like in the same movie as Arnold.
I guess. Anyway,
when Arnold's the star. Because then, like, that one scene with the good actors, like, oh wait. I can't watch the rest of it.
Eric, so what did you give The Predator? I know you hated it, but what's your score?
I'm giving it 3.5.
3.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. All right, on to your review of Dark Souls 3, Eric.
Dark Souls 3 is, of course, the third game in the Dark Souls series, but although it is the fourth game in the Souls series, if you don't count Bloodborne.
Yeah, you can't. Different.
But it takes a lot of the elements from Bloodborne since it uses the same exact engine. In fact, like when you go to highlight an enemy and target them, it's the same glowy circle. But it still plays like Dark Souls, but it's a much faster paced version of Dark Souls. It's not quite Bloodborne's fast, but it is faster.
Mm-hmm.
Enemies run a lot faster, and they're a lot more aggressive. And I think it's in some ways it's a better game than Dark Souls 2, but in some ways Dark Souls 2 is still a better game because like I like the environments in Dark Souls 2 more, but I hate the fact that there's a severe lack of enemy variety type, especially with bosses.
Yeah.
Most of the bosses were knight type enemies or humanoid enemies. This game has more monsters for you to fight.
Yeah. Looks like we have a couple new chatters in there. Active Energy is in there. Positivity bots in there. Slagar,
like a couple other things that borrows from Dark Souls. Would be like the fact that you can shortcut like items to like the general inventory menu. Like it had like those like special effects that you could just bind items that you didn't want to fit into your item pouch.
Yeah. Stockholm _Sweden's in there. Welcome and Tade __. Thank you guys for joining. All right. So what are you giving Dark Souls 3, Eric?
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
Wow, that great, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, good, man. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Did you beat it?
Like the one thing I liked the most was like, unlike Dark Souls 2, where like if you die you lose health. In this, you use a thing called an ember to get enkindled, which actually boosts your HP total instead of like restoring it back to normal.
That's nice.
You boost your HP by about 300. But you still need to be enkindled in order to summon player characters to do co-op and stuff like that. But
yeah.
Like, so if you want to farm members, you have to help other players fight bosses, or you can invade them and kill them instead.
Yeah.
Which I never do.
Yeah, I never do that type of stuff either. I know Breakman's the opposite.
Totally never do anything
and the one
like
thing
that
that sucks about the game compared to Bloodborne is or well, the one thing that sucked in Bloodborne is that you couldn't change your gender. There was a gender swap option in Dark Souls 2, which was really easy because all you had to do was kill 2 like of the very early like troll enemies that were guarding it, and if you already killed the pursuer, you'd have to kill him too. Yeah. But like after they're clear, you could just go there freely. But in this game, they did something mean and decided to make you get these things called pale tongues, and the only way to get them is to invade other players' games while you're in the covenant that wants the tongues. Jesus. Which is kind of garbage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Dark Souls game if it wasn't mean. I mean, these games are mean-spirited by nature, for sure.
And the game seems to be more heavily geared toward melee units because magic is less useful because, like, you can't even just do pyromancy, like, easily as you could in Dark Souls because, like, pyromancy in Dark Souls didn't scale with, like, stats. So, like, it was based entirely on like your ember strength. But in this game, it's still based on that. But you also have to put points into both intelligence and faith to make the best use of it. And you still need a lot of FP because spells don't have charges anymore, which is bullshit.
Yeah, still a great game though.
Like FP should have been used exclusively for the two-handed weapon skills.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on that, Eric? Before we move on,
maybe if they do a Dark Souls 4, they can do a hybridization where spells use spell charges, but like weapon skills still use FP.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on that, Eric? Before we move on,
or they'll just give you FP restoration items because that's one thing this game didn't have it and should have had. You can use Ash and Estus Flask to restore your MP, but you have to decide to split your Estus between MP and
seems like I think that's something we all knew. See, those are you could play those games on the Xbox as well, right, Eric? I mean, Dark Souls 3 is on these. They're hard as hell.
You got a decent enough rig for it because the game uses Bloodborne's engine and therefore has a higher system requirement.
Yeah. All right, on to Heiscapades real quick.
I could play 2 no problem, but 2 is also like a port of a PS3 game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. On to Heiscapades, guys. The hair challenge is back on. We're gonna have like 3 categories, and I'll be telling you more about that probably next week. Because I want to get done with this show as soon as possible. I got stuff to do, and Break isn't feeling too well. Also, I'm gonna keep the other Heiscapade I had till next week. As well. It was a pretty funny one, but I'll wait till next week on that. All right. Stinko of the week. Breakman, do you have a Stinko other than you having this huge head?
Yeah, I've actually got a Heiscapade too, but it ties into my Sweeto, okay, so I will
go
wait.
For it. No.
I have to. It's my Sweeto, so
okay.
My Stinko goes to. Yesterday was a really crappy day. For people who are nostalgic for, I guess, the 90s and 80s and such. Because we got word early in the morning that Mean Gene Okerlund died.
Yeah, Mean.
And then a little later in the day, we get news that Super Dave Osborne died.
What? Yep. Wow, what a day.
On the same day, and apparently they were the same age, too.
That's crazy.
Like, what the flippin' shit, man?
Mean Gene was old as fuck, though, man. Wasn't he like in his late 70s?
I think they're both 76.
Yeah.
They're both in their 70s. And it's just like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, Mean Gene, of course, of WWE fame. He was back with the WWF, the main interviewer. I'm surprised that guy.
WCW and WWE, like he's. Yeah. To me, he's always been my favorite announcer. Yeah. I mean, as far as like those. Like the sports announcers, like no, I've never thought anybody was better than Mean Gene.
Yeah, he was a great interviewer.
Even crappy wrestlers, like he could make them kind of spark.
Yeah, I liked the way that he conducted interviews. Like he was part of the show, and him doing interviews with Roddy Piper was always fun, and Hulk Hogan and all those old school, WWF wrestlers, it's sad day for sure.
And Bob Einstein, the obviously Super Dave Osborne died the same day, which was just like, ah, man. For people who don't know, like he'd always do these just elaborate stunts and always screw them up.
Yeah, Super Dave was,
and it was
one of
always
a kind.
hilarious.
Yeah. Super
And
Dave.
who was that? Fuji? Was that his second command guy?
Mr. Fuji? Are you telling like?
I think that was his name. I think that was his name.
Dungeon says Piper's Pit.
I'm gonna Google that.
Yeah, and Wyland says he just checked his work schedule. He got a 4-day weekend coming up. Wow, that's awesome, man! Congratulations, Wyland. That it's always good to get 4 days off in a row from wherever you work. So there you go. All right, I don't have a Stinkle this week, and Eric, I think that's an old one, or is it?
Oh no, it's just Fuji. It wasn't Mr. Fuji. It's just Fuji.
Oh, okay. Eric.
Yeah, that's old. I need to delete it. I don't have a Stinko otherwise. Other than like find out I might not get my holiday pay.
Yeah, I guess my Stinko could be the government shutdown continues to go on with 13, 14 fucking days. I guess it doesn't mean anything to the president or Congress that, yeah, whatever. Fuck it. 14. I mean,
well, I mean, he's made it about his wall.
Yeah,
he really has. It's like either you fund my wall or it stays shut.
And the Democrats aren't budging, so
yeah, because nobody wants his wall. Like his wall is not popular.
Yeah, the wall is a stupid idea. It's always been a stupid idea.
We gotta protect our borders and protect our borders and protect our borders. Well, walls don't work.
Here's something, food for thought. There's more people leaving this country across that border than are coming in. So that's just food for thought. Just saying. All right, well then let's move on to our Sweetos break, man. You have Sweeto.
Can we just shut down Trump instead?
Yeah, exactly. I wish.
Okay, my Sweeto goes to, well, you and me have talked sports many, many times.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play your favorite clip.
Oh, yeah, let me get that queued up. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll
go ahead, play it. Play it. Oh, not queued up my ass. You gotta sit there waiting and trying to pretend like you're ready.
My soundboard isn't working, man. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a fair excuse, actually.
Yeah.
His favorite clip is me sponging my love for Marvin Lewis.
Yes.
You know what I love about Marvin Lewis is they finally fucking fired him. Yeah! Woo!
I bet you were super excited, Break, man. Like, really, really excited.
Oh, man. I couldn't have been more happy. We pretty much all expected him to actually get rehired. To get upped again because ownership. Marvin Lewis, the greatest coach of all time.
See, you said it again, Break. I don't know why you said it again.
He's fantastic. I love him so much because he's not here anymore.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone. And there was a big statement about how it was mutual and such like that. And then the next question is, do you want to coach again? Well, yeah, I want to coach again. Oh, this is mutual, mod butthole. You got kicked the fuck out, motherfucker.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They finally said we got to do something different.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos hire him, man. But although my Sweeto also ties into that too, but you said that ties into your Heiscapade?
Oh, my Heiscapade goes to, well, you know how Marvin Lewis has been fired. Well, there are apparently some people who are completely insane, and a GoFundMe was immediately started for a $5,000 goal of erecting a statue of Marvin Lewis. And let me read the plaque they had planned for it.
What?
Thank you, Marvin Lewis, Bengals head coach from 2003 to 2018. 7 playoff appearances, all losses.
Yep.
4 AFC North championships in 16 years. That's a 25% record. 2009 AP NFL Coach of the Year. So he was the Coach of the Year once in 16 years. He has 131 wins, and they neglect to point out he has 129 losses and 3 ties.
Right. I'm sure the comments section is really...
If there's anybody who doesn't deserve a statue, it's Marvin Lewis. So to continue, they went on. Winningest coach in franchise history. He is also the losingest coach in franchise history because he was there for 16 years. 24th all-time winningest coach in NFL history. Well, again, he was here for 16 fucking years. 5 former assistants who became NFL head coaches, and I think most of them, except for Zimmerman, have failed at this point. Coached 21 Bengals to Pro Bowl, and how many playoff wins did you get for that? And then there was the Eifert injury at the Pro Bowl game. He was never the same ever again after that injury at the Pro Bowl. So I don't know if you should be telling that either.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who in their right minds would think this is a good idea. I said on Twitter, and I'm serious, if they get this funded, which they're not, I think at last check it was up to like $300 or something. Yeah, I'm ashamed of anybody who's spending money on that. It's probably Marvin's family.
Wait, Dungeon says something.
Probably his wife. Like, I'll chip in. But you don't... I mean, I appreciate what happened in 2003 when Marvin took over. Like, this was a terrible team at the time before he took over. But he was only able to get to mediocre standards. Like, he was able to get the team up to a chance where they could get to the playoffs, but when it came to, like, big games, he fell apart in all the big games.
Yeah.
Terrible clock management, bad use of timeouts, stuff like that, consistent over the 16 years. That held him back from ever being great, and the fact that they kept bringing him back even though he kept losing in the same goddamn ways was mind-blowing.
Yeah, Dungeon says something interesting in chat. He said, I don't follow sports, but even I heard about this news. But he's being replaced by a coach the Browns fired for being terrible. Is that true? Is Hugh Jackson taking over?
Okay, I'd heard earlier yesterday that he was the front runner, and I said something about Twitter on that, and then something interesting happened. Is one of the local radio guys saw what I said, and he DM'd me and said that's not true.
Okay, well that's good because Hugh Jackson sucks.
So I was actually completely shocked because I wasn't. Because I was actually I was sending in a message to another radio host because he said something along the lines that it sounded like Hugh Jackson was the front runner, and this other host immediately, well, I shouldn't say immediately, but a little bit later, direct messaged me about it, and I'm like, wow, dude, you went out of your way to talk to me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, I mean, we all fear that because Mike Brown likes the guy, then he might make him the coach, even though he won how many games in Cleveland? 3, I think, and tied.
Yeah, 3 in 2 years, which is ridiculous.
In 3 years. So yeah.
So here's my thing. It could be Vance Joseph, so that's slightly better for you. But
I don't want him either.
Oh God, no, you don't. No, you don't. Unless you want questionable play calling and questionable timeouts, that would be the MO. I would say
there were other candidates. I'm just like, nope, I don't want any of those. I want somebody who has probably never been a head coach before.
Yeah, I agree.
I want somebody who's new and fresh and can come in and start kind of over with this team.
Yeah.
I don't want to completely start over because they do have good players, and one of my biggest criticisms of Marvin Lewis is he's had talented teams that have floundered.
Yeah.
Like, he's squandered talent.
Yeah, I guess. Well, to couple with, my Sweeto was going to be kind of...
But like I said, this team was a dumpster fire before he showed up. So if your team's a dumpster fire, you might want to hire him.
Yeah.
Because he can change a dumpster fire. He can turn it into a dumpster sauna.
I guess, man. You got
it'll still be a dumpster, but it won't be the worst dumpster. And at points during his coaching, like, they were touting, like, through the NFL, like, this is one of the good teams and such. But then they get to the playoffs and fall apart. So how good were they?
Yeah, not very good, man. Like, he just didn't have it.
Service.
There are some people that it's like
no. I am not good enough to be an NFL head coach. We need somebody who knows what they're doing.
I'm good enough. I'd do it.
Oh, shut up!
I would turn.
I don't want coach. I don't want Frank to be my coach either.
No, I would do the opposite of what Marvin Lewis did, and I would probably win you some games, man. I'd definitely win a playoff game or two.
That's the thing. Like, he could make some good decisions, and he can he can coach for like 2 or 3 good quarters.
But it takes 4 quarters, man.
I know, but it's a 4-quarter game is the problem.
All right, man.
I've said for a while, I think he'd be a great high school coach.
Yeah. Go back to high school, Marvin Lewis. I mean, it couldn't. I mean, it could be worse. You could have Vance Joseph, which is my sweeto. Also, the Denver Broncos coach got fired. Vance Joseph is no longer the coach, and they've got some interesting candidates for head coach for the Broncos, which I'm looking forward to. So
There are a lot of interesting head coaches out there, or like people vying for a head coach position.
And I'm hoping.
But I don't know why like people are interested in what's that guy from New England?
Josh McDaniels. We've had him
Josh
here.
McDaniel. Like, why are they interested in him after what he did last year?
Well, not only that,
I wouldn't even contact him. Like, screw that guy.
Yeah, he screwed the Colts over so bad. But we had him as coach here.
I'll work for you. Yeah. Oh, I'm in. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah, that's not going to work out. Yeah.
Wait,
I agree with you.
We already moved ahead with but. Yeah. We already planned, like, this is...
I agree with you, Break. We also had Josh McDaniels as our head coach for a year and a few games. The first year was crazy. He went 8-0, right? And everybody was like, oh, shit, we're going to go back to the Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. And then the following 8 games, we lost. So we ended up 8-8, out of the playoffs, and quickly the next year he was out of here. So, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody better.
Another thing, like, I don't understand what the Raiders were doing with John Gruden. What the fuck? Like,
well, if you want a guy...
Let's throw $100 million in 10 years at a guy who hasn't coached in several years.
This is the Raiders' MO, which is why I'm glad they're in our division. They suck, and fuck them, because I hate the Raiders. It's like my least favorite team ever. They used to kick the shit out of the Broncos back in the day, but now it's a different story. Like, we've dominated the past, 15, 20 years. But it's a dumpster fire. I mean, he gets rid of probably a future Hall of Famer in Khalil Mack, which is crazy to me.
That was insane, I think, too. Well, everybody. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. But anyways,
like Hugh Jackson, let's like my mom, or should I say, as my mom called him like a week ago, or not my mom, but our Mrs. Bregman's mom called her Hugh Jackman. I'm like, no, one is Wolverine and the other sucks.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson, you mean? Yeah, Hugh Jackman. There's a big difference there. Yeah, all right. Let's move on. I'm sure people don't want to hear the sports talk. What they do want to hear is our free for all.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Wow. Suck it.
All right, this week's free for all. I said we're gonna get back to doing some, skeptical type stuff this year, and that's what we're doing. First show of the year. What we are going to do on this free for all, guys. Well, I'm gonna go around the table here. I'm gonna ask you guys, what is the stupidest conspiracy theory that you know of? And I'll start with you, Eric.
How about back when Gamergate was a thing, people thought that people like Sarkeesian were going to destroy the video games by making them get all censored, even though they have less power than an actual politician would.
Yeah, that's definitely a stupid one. Do you have one, Break?
I don't know. Did we say Bigfoot? Is that like people are still searching for Bigfoot?
I think that that's a conspiracy. I guess that would be a conspiracy. More conspiracy like Area 51.
That comes out of Ancient Aliens, the TV show on History
dear
Channel.
Lord.
Why the fuck is a show like that on the History Channel?
I don't know.
Well, there was I don't think they still have it, but Searching for Bigfoot was on Animal Planet forever. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, you're searching for of something that I'm sure would have been found by now if it existed.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're searching for nothing on a planet about animals, and you're basically just following these stupid people walking through the woods, going,
"Yeah,
oh, did you hear that?
Yeah,
oh, what was that?
The stupidest
that's Bigfoot.
Yeah, exactly.
I found shit over here. It's a pile of shit. It must be Bigfoot shit.
You know what? That actually, if they did find shit from Bigfoot, that would be a definite evidence. But then all it would be
it's always like deer shit or buffalo. It always turns out like I shouldn't.
Yeah.
I should say this because I've never actually watched those shows for more than a couple minutes, where I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, they're unwatchable, man. It's so stupid that people that watch those shows. But my stupidest conspiracy theory, I went back and forth, but there's a conspiracy theory that Denver International Airport is somehow like the headquarters of the Illuminati, and there's this whole underground thing, which I've been there, and I'm gonna tell you guys.
That's what TSA is really about.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. No, but the number one stupidest conspiracy theory that I have ever heard is that, and is this really a conspiracy theory? But like the flat Earth theory, that the Earth is flat.
How about the conspiracy theory that that gay is some like the gay agenda is about reducing birth rate?
Oh dear Lord! Or the Alex Jones conspiracy theory that the frogs are gay, and that
I you know what about like I can understand like Mother Nature like making people gay to kind of curve the reproduction of man.
Yeah, but that's not true. Like it's been kind of proven that women can probably reproduce without a man. Like it's not out of the question. That Jurassic Park shit is not completely out of the question.
It'll be like the sperm mines of Mars.
Yeah, exactly.
They just keep us around the Milkus for semen.
Slager said he just watched a Joan Jett interview from today. Oh, wow, is she looking bad, Slager? Because Joan Jett was awesome back in the day.
Isn't she gone?
Is she?
I thought.
Is Joan Jett?
Maybe she's not if it's from today. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's see, Joan Jett. I don't believe she's dead, man. I think she's.
Well, I mean, she's not if she was on today, but I thought she was, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
I mean, obviously she's alive. Obviously I was wrong, but I thought
she's a definite pioneer, man. Oh yeah, that Wyland says chemicals in the water turning the freaking frogs gay. Yeah.
or the fact that there's fluoride in the water, and then it's gonna hurt us all somehow.
Yeah, she looks like she should be though.
Don't forget chemtrails.
I got another great one. The anti-vaxxers.
Oh yeah. Though that's always a super stupid one. Go ahead, explain. Break.
Just proven. I mean, scientifically proven a lie, and people still follow it. That like vaccinations can cause your kids to become autistic. Yeah. Which, by the way, I would rather have an autistic kid than a kid die of measles.
Yes. I totally agree with that.
If your defense for being against doing something about climate change is the fact that why is it colder here if there's global warming, or the opposite? Why is it warmer here if it's colder there or whatever?
Yeah. Because
people don't understand what climate change is, or that global warming is a side effect of climate change.
Back when I was in school, they always called it global warming. When it's it's not just global warming; it's a climate change.
Yeah. Just for
the world on whole is getting warmer, but the cold places that used to be cold are now getting warmer, and the heat and the coldness from that is being displaced, and as a result, like other places that used to be warmer are now getting colder at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
And storms are worse as a result as well, because
here's some
the way the winds work is all fucked up now.
Here's some just as a bonus, I found an article on Popular Mechanics, 9 utterly ridiculous conspiracy theories. This one says poisonous government snow. I've heard of that one. That's completely stupid.
What's government snow?
Yeah. There's one said.
Is it different than normal snow?
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me finish this list.
Pee in it or something?
Yeah, let me finish this list real quick.
Yeah,
Gary.
never the yellow snow.
Yeah, don't eat the yellow snow, people. All right. Invasion of the Lizard
Yeah,
People.
definitely don't eat the brown snow.
Yeah, Invasion of the Lizard People. We've all heard that.
Aliens.
Alex Jones is a big purveyor of that. He thinks, I think he even thinks Obama and Hillary Clinton were lizard people, which is ridiculous. There's one called Siri Apocalypse. So there's that. There's all kinds of apocalyptic ones like the Mayan calendar and the year Y2K and stuff like that. Adam and Eve were super intelligent beings from outer space. I've heard that one before. I mentioned.
Sounds like Scientology type crap.
Oh, here's another one. The moon does not exist. So there's.
How about anything Donald Trump says to discredit the Democrats? It's always the Democrats' fault.
Yeah.
It's never mine.
Dungeon says maybe
God.
maybe Gerard Butler was right.
Democrat conspiracy.
We need to cover the Earth in space satellites to fix the weather. Geostorm. Yeah. Oh God, Geostorm.
But Trump, like with his, I'm going to be the man who closes down, and Geostorm is better than the Predator.
Yeah.
Apparently everything is better than the Predator. I'm going to be the one who shuts down this government. I'm the government shutdown guy, and then all he does is blame everybody else. It's the Democrats, not me, Democrats. Like, wait a minute, like, what did you, but no, I said that's not what I said.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Weiland is
never
It's not what I said, like 5 minutes
never
ago.
admitting his wrong.
Weiland,
Always lying. Like, it's just doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down on its lies.
Yeah.
It's just so baffling.
Yeah. Well, it's not baffling. I mean, it's scientific. I mean,
I mean that people believe him.
Yeah.
There anybody that likes
People
to
are
believe
fucking
him.
idiot sheep. That's what they are.
Weiland says, no, he's correcting me on this.
There's a difference between
Eric.
being people and then being a person.
Right. Okay. Let me read chat here real quick. Weiland says, no, Jones laughs at the lizard people thing. He thinks Obama and Hillary are literal demons. That's right. You're right. It's been a long time since I've listened to
I
this
honestly don't think
stupid ass
that's
shit.
Can I just bitch about some the people who a lot of the people who I heard refer to Obama as Barack Hussein Obama and criticize him and refuse to to acknowledge him in most any other way during his presidency are the same people who are now saying well, you gotta respect the president. This isn't how you act when your guy's in charge, or this isn't how I act when your guy's in charge, type stuff.
Yeah, I act that way.
Barack Obama was never my guy. He was just the president, but he was definitely a better president.
Not by much.
Measure.
Not by much. No, definitely not by war standards. Like if you're counting wars, he went from 2 wars to 7 wars, and to Trump's credit,
he did tell some bold-faced lies too.
Yes, and to Trump's credit, he actually did. He's pulling the troops out of Syria, which
Well, he says he is.
He says he is.
Yeah,
that's right.
He says he is, but so far,
Right. Wait till the defense contractors get to him, and then he'll change his mind probably. Dungeon says, that reminds me, I can't wait for Doom Eternal. Well, speaking of that,
and
that does look fun.
Yeah,
I was more worried that he'd actually just pull out without any real plan, and then he'd
Wayland
fuck
says
over a
that'll
bunch
be
of
fun.
people.
yeah.
Like
Speaking of,
I said, the only thing that I worry about in the Syrian war is then what effect this will have on our allies.
I won't worry about it.
Because Russia's going to get a lot more power.
No, that's just
that's what I'm concerned. That's the only thing I said I'm concerned about on that.
Yeah.
But in other wars that we start,
look,
and wars that we go into, say, Iraq, we kind of broke it, we kind of bought it. That's
Here,
how I feel.
check
we
this.
broke it. It is our duty to.
But think about this, Breakman. The war in Syria, what are we fighting for in Syria?
No,
nothing.
like I said, this is. I said Syria and Iraq are different.
Yeah,
Syria. The only thing I said I'm concerned with in Syria is our allies, but we should have never been involved in that.
Right.
And we should be out of it immediately.
Yeah, I agree. And Afghanistan's another.
I'm not
one.
arguing with you on that, Frank.
Yeah,
don't misunderstand me.
No.
Okay.
I hear you. I mean, that's the one good thing that's come out of Trump's mouth is getting the troops out of Syria. I don't care what.
Oh, Dungeon Buster say he was going to just pull out and flipping a switch for the military. Talked him into giving them a few months to get it right.
Yeah, but they never do. They always it's perpetual war, and that's what I mean. That I'm behind Trump 100%. If he's going to pull troops out of Syria and Afghanistan and Iraq, and every other fucking country that we're in, some type type of war, then I'm for it. Fuck it, get them out. You know, and then if there's a power vacuum, there's a power vacuum. We'll deal with that when it comes. You know, if Russia wants to get in there and you know, start shit, then maybe, you know, we need to take a good hard look at Russia. But, you know, you can't. Let's try it. How about that? How about we try to be in a moment of peace as opposed to war for one fucking year? Can we try that?
How long has it been since we haven't been involved in war?
Since we've been a country, we've been in a war or two, you know, or now 7
since 9/11, right?
Well, at least, yeah. Okay. Here's some more conspiracy theories real quick. And we were talking about demons and hell. There's one that says that DIA, Denver International Airport, is hell on earth. There's some credence to this because I've actually been to Denver International Airport, and it is hell on earth. I don't know if it's a literal hell on earth, but oh boy,
metaphorical hell. Yeah,
they literally believe people. This is what people believe about Denver International Airport. That it's literally the den of the devil. The stalwart enemies of the New World Order maintain that a FEMA death camp is hidden beneath the airport. I've been beneath the airport. And that satanic symbols line the terminal walls, which is not true. There are some really creepy things about Denver International Airport, like the god of death, statue, like the Egyptian god of death statues outside the front of the international airport. That is true. There is a really creepy.
I knew it was this cool though.
it is. It's really cool. There's another really creepy blue Bronco statue. It's not Denver Broncos. It's just a statue that did kill its owner when they were putting it up. Or not the owner, the guy who created it. And it's got these real creepy, like, at nighttime, these real creepy lit up red eyes that makes it look very menacing. But there's nothing to it. It's not, you know, there's a documentary. You can look it up on YouTube. Let's see. CERN built a Stargate to awaken the Egyptian god Osiris. That's interesting.
A Stargate.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, what? Did they just
Chevron 1
plot a Stargate?
Yeah, exactly.
Our conspiracy theory is, hey, they stole our theory.
Yep. Another one is shark spies. So there you go. There are
sharks. They have freaking laser beams on.
Watch Keel goes through the Stargate.
Laser beams. I love it.
The Ori are coming.
There's this really creepy mural in Denver International Airport of a dictator, and it is pretty. It does look kind of creepy.
Those are the shark spies with laser beams.
Yeah, shark spies. Yeah, Breakman said that. I'm gonna take it like next time I'm out there, which I won't be anytime soon, I can tell you. But when I am out there, I will take pictures and I'll show you guys. I mean, there are some creepy things about Denver International Airport, but there's nothing to the, you know, underground bullshit or that it's a den of hell or any of that nonsense. So, you know, whatever. So I don't know. I thought we'd start the year right with getting us back on track to stuff that we used to talk about. And this week was conspiracy theories, but we'll be doing a bunch of this. I'll be coming up with topics like you mentioned. Maybe next week we'll go into Bigfoot again, Breakman, and break that down into, you know, a bunch of different things, because there's a lot going there, and also tell the story of, you know, some guy that was making fun of aliens, and well, it's an interesting story. I think I've told it on the show before, but it's worth revisiting. So maybe next week we'll do Bigfoot. That'll be fun. All right, anything else on that, guys? Those conspiracy theories? Any stupid conspiracy theories you guys want to bring up before we end the show? Mm-hmm. All right,
how about the one that you fought with that guy for 2 episodes about in the pizza restaurant?
Pizzagate. Yeah. That's still going on. That's still going on. I still fight with people about that. I can't believe
that's still going on.
You know, Grinders doesn't have very many viewers. As a matter of fact, we lost one of our 9 subscribers on YouTube. I don't know how the fuck we did that, but every once in a while I'll get a comment about the Pizzagate stuff and how we don't know what we're talking about and all this, and I'm like, oh boy, man, this. I mean, it comes up like crazy. The mural will come to life like Vigo on Ghostbusters too. Yeah, exactly. I'll show you guys that one. It's actually a really cool mural, but it is kind of scary. It's a mural of a dictator that's kind of. I think he has a sword and he looks like a Gestapo, like Hitler-esque dictator with the gas mask and everything. It's crazy. All right. That's about it, guys. Good for show. I'm glad you made it all the way through break, and so. All right, Breakman, your plugs, please.
You can follow me at break_man and at RPGrinders on Twitter. And thanks, Freak. I do appreciate you.
And Glitterina. Says.
I appreciate her contributor. But I mean, I was going to thank him for the Would You Rathers.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
Even the gross and nasty ones. Like I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate somebody puts in the effort. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. We always appreciate if you have any comments or concerns or would you rather's or.
Sorry, I know I'm starting to sound really nasally. I'm sorry.
That's right. It's all good. You did good, man. If you have any conspiracy theories of your own that you want us to. Mention on the show at RPGrinders would be the way to do it. Send us a link or tell us the conspiracy theory, and we'll definitely talk about it. It's fun to. I mean, I like talking about conspiracy theories. They're fun. I mean, most like 99.999% of them are absolutely ridiculous and false. But
usually it's fun because most people don't take him seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
But then the Pizzagate thing happens. And it's like,
Pizzagate. We did have a guy that was he portrayed himself. Pizzagate Howie. He was like the guy when it comes to that stupid conspiracy theory. So we.
The only thing I hated about him was his like very transphobic attitude.
Yeah, well, what can you say, man? I mean, people are people. I mean, we're all different.
I can't help it. Figure that was because he's such a Trumpist, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked about it.
I didn't get the idea he was a Trumpist. Like, I got the idea he was just anti-Clinton.
I wonder what he thinks now.
Really heavily into the Hillary and the child molesting ring. Like, like her husband and Trump flew on pedophile plane, but that's something different. That actually happened.
Not 100%.
I don't understand why people don't. Why that doesn't get more traction in the Pizzagate stuff.
If you remember, I think 3-4 years ago, I had mentioned that Anonymous did this Death Op Eaters hashtag, and it was all about that stuff about the Lolita Express.
Just before I forget,
I think that's maybe where the whole Pizzagate stuff came from, though. It's like they got their backs mixed up about one thing, and they got bundled in with something else.
What were you saying, Break?
Fictitious.
Yeah. What were you saying, Break?
I had a sweeto probably a month or two ago about Jeffrey Epstein finally facing trial. Well, he bought his way out of it again.
Of course, that's what billionaires do.
He just, here's the money. What do you call that?
He bought his way out of it. I mean, that's the best way.
You give the victim a lot of money so they go away. I forget what it's called. My brain's not functioning right now.
Hush money?
Settlement. Settled out of court.
Yeah, settlement's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But hush money is probably more accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
So the guy will never, he's never going to get
The one good thing, though, is those people are free to talk after. So maybe if there's some Trump shit, which I know there probably is, because he was on those planes, and Clinton and everybody else that was on those fucking planes. So, yeah.
I know. There were a lot of rich...
Alan Dershowitz was another one that was on those planes. Fucking
I know there was at least one prince that was on there.
Well, I'm sure there was a prince or two.
I said, at least one that we know of. I forget which one.
Yeah. All right, Eric, your plugs, please.
I'll definitely have reviews of stuff next week.
All right.
Because I won't be sick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get started tomorrow, actually.
All right.
There's no time to do any of that today, but you could find reviews for games I've written on places like BostonBastardBrigade.com, TotallyGN.com, VogNetwork.com, and HonestGamers.com. If you like what I've wrote, and you want to support me financially, even so much as $1 would help, on my Patreon, which you can find the link in it, my Twitter account at EricRPG.
All right.
Just check my profile.
There you go. I want to thank everybody in chat. Active Energy was in there. Cogwhistle is a new face to the chat. Thank you for joining. Commander Root was in there. Electrical Longboard was in there. Wyland was in there. Thank you so much, Wyland. We always appreciate you in there. Positivity Bot. Dungeon Buster was in there. Thank you as well. Longtime friend of the show. Slagar as well. Back in the fold. Thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. Slow Cool, Tade __ thank you so much. Tade, I don't know how you pronounce it. Tade __ whatever. Thank you. And Glitty was in chat as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate all y'all in chat listening to our nonsense and rhetoric. And that's about it. Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches. You can also, my gamer tag on all of the systems is RPGrinders. So whether it's PlayStation 4, Xbox One, which I very rarely play nowadays because I got so many games on the PS4. I do have quite a few on the Xbox. I want to get back to the Xbox at some point and beat some of those games. And Nintendo Switch. It's RPGrinders. So, look me up. And I think it's case sensitive on at least one or two of the platforms. So it's capital RPG, RINDERS. So Grinders on all of said platforms. If you have any of those weird Dr. Peppers, you can bring one. I don't know what that means, Slagar.
Yeah, I don't know. I was about to ask him in chat.
Yeah.
I was starting to think I imagined him typing that.
Maybe.
So I'm glad you said it, so I know it's real.
They have weird you mean like weird Dr. Pepper flavors, or like the weird designs on the bottle?
I don't know. But yeah, you can look forward to more conspiracy theories, more skeptical stuff. We'll go over, like you mentioned earlier, the anti-vaxxers. It's always fun to revisit that stuff and take an in-depth, closer look at some of that nonsense that we always talk about on the show. So that's what you got to look forward to this year. I'm glad you guys could join us. Thanks for joining the chat, everybody. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week, everybody. Till then, we are out. Later. Can't play that outro, guys. Sorry. They'll fucking...
wrong button.
Yeah, no, not the wrong button. It's just that...
the sue us button.
Yeah, that's the sue me button. I can't use that one.
Yeah. Sue Frank, not the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go.
Old outro.
Denver International Airport is the home of hell.
Don't think that with me.
Bigfoot is real. I've seen the poop.
As somebody will eat your babies.
Oh man, the best show ever. All right, thanks everybody in chat. We really do appreciate it, and thanks for sticking with the audio issues. From time to time, it happens. It's the way it goes. That's how this show goes, man. Shoestring budget, basically no budget. Stuff like that. But all right, everybody in chat, thank you guys so much. I did post a God of War video, it's a little spoilery towards the end of the game, but so what? Everybody knows. But I'll be doing more of that, of my shitty gameplay on YouTube. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I just got to figure out how to do audio and some other shit, so I can comment while I play. Mostly it'll be just me yelling at my controller and TV and stuff, but anyways. Yep. Thanks everybody in chat. Really do appreciate it. You guys rock, and see you later. Bye.
Dark Side Frank.
Bye. Oh, how dare you? Wyland said that earlier. How dare you?
Yeah.
Bye.
If I did if I did a Twitch show, it'd be a lot of me that's horse shit.
Yeah, that's me, man, for sure.
Man,
All right.
That.
All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Bye.